Midterm elections are coming up, and the left is determined to claw back some power. Things are looking pretty bad for Democrats across the country. However, one pollster claims the Women's March and the #MeToo movement will wipe out the GOP, but they are forgetting a few things. Remember the Women's March? Of course not. That bloated, pointless movement petered out somewhere around January 2017. This organization claimed to be opposed to President Donald Trump because of feminism. They never really had any real reason to hate Trump, aside from the fact that he defeated Hillary Clinton. That's pretty much the group that made up the Women's March, bitter Clinton-loving crones who could not get over the election. The movement derailed after some of their leaders were proven to be terrorist-loving psychopaths, but apparently, they're still around, lurking in dark corners of the internet. These pink hat-wearing feminists have all but decided the fate of our country. Like good liberals, they haven't bothered to ask the rest of us. They will drag our country down with them, screeching all the way. According to one super-liberal pollster, this movement of miserable harpies will decide the coming midterms. Women angry at President Donald Trump may come out in droves to the 2018 elections, a Democratic pollster claimed. This is the Me Too, Women's March election, and I think you are really going to see that really power much bigger turnout among women, especially unmarried women, and increasingly college-educated women who are high turnout voters. Pollster Nancy Dunkiewicz told Hill TV's Joe Concha. They are really not fans of this president. Source: Daily Wire. Something tells me this won't be the case. Sure, liberal women really hate the president, because all of his decisions hurt women? Of course not. In fact, unemployment among women has reached record lows. Like all unemployment these days, women are doing very well in our country today. Even liberals are enjoying lower taxes, ample job opportunities, and safer streets, thanks to crackdowns on illegal immigration and terrorism. The fact remains most women in America aren't feminists, and there are more than a few women who support and even like the president. Something tells me there is hardly going to be a wave of feminist action at the polls. Liberals who want to make a big deal out of the Women's March and the #MeToo movement are truly grasping at straws. Both of these movements have inconvenient facts Democrats would much rather ignore. The Women's March was planned for the day after Trump's inauguration, before Trump even instituted a single policy. The organizers of the march have since displayed anti-Semitic tendencies, like continuing to support Louis Farrakhan, who has praised Adolf Hitler and accused President George W. Bush of masterminding the 9/11 attacks. The Women's March organizers have also praised domestic terrorists who killed police officers and celebrated dictators. The Me Too movement began with credible, and frightening, allegations against powerful men in Hollywood who used their power to sexually harass and assault women and men. It has since become a breeding ground for the airing of grievances that did not amount to harassment or assault, such as Aziz Ansari's bad date. Source: Daily Wire. The Women's March, which started with zero credibility, lost all respect when it backed people like Linda Sarsour. You remember her, right? She is the Muslim American who attacked women and spoke highly of ISIS. It's hard to believe your group supports women's rights when one of your leaders embraces Sharia law. Hardly a way to convince American women to back you, and those pink hats are hardly fashionable. Ladies, good luck getting the #MeToo movement to hurt Trump. Remember, it started when a liberal movie producer was outed as a rapist. Since then, countless liberal men have been exposed for their treatment of staffers, interns, and associates. Even several notable female Democrats have been caught in the #MeToo scandal. Very few conservatives, including Trump, have been snared in that net. #MeToo is a liberal trend that is poised to devour itself. My guess is that it won't do much to hurt Republicans. Mad World News. Then, of course, there is the fact that, like most pollsters, this one oversampled a favored group. If anyone is really concerned that these movements will sway the election for Democrats, rest assured that Dunkiewicz only talked to women who supported the sustained outrage campaigns. I went and spoke with some of them in focus groups, and they sound like a base group for Democrats. She told Concha. They really dislike him and everything he stands for. Source: Daily Wire. Lol. Everything he stands for, like bringing back U.S. jobs, helping working-class families, and protecting Americans from terrorism. These liberals are really good at shooting themselves in the foot with their own words. Like many polls from 2016, this liberal huckster is trying to swap opinion with dishonest sampling. Of course, it looks like they'll sweep the election when you only poll feminists. Something tells me these groups are going to be very disappointed come November.